So right now, if you monitor this price movement starting here in a daily time frame, we can see guys, the price of Bitcoin right now is below this monthly candle close from 31st of May, and we have said this monthly candle close from 31st of May, which was sitting around 37,200, 37,300, this line is going to be one very important line. So the price here must stay above this line if it wants to continue here in upper direction, or if it wants to show us any sort of a relief rally. And now, since the price here is below this monthly candle close level from 31st of May, what could be playing out next? Because we are aware this daily candle here has not closed yet. So what must the price of Bitcoin do to continue this relief rally here in an upper direction? We want this daily candle to close above this $37,300 to $37,200. And why that is so important is because you can see here. And also guys, I would really appreciate if you could take just 2 seconds of your time and destroy that like button. And for those individuals watching this for the first time, hit that subscribe button and the bell. Yesterday, I showed you with this Williams Alligator indicator, RSI, MACD, and also the T3 CCI indicator. All these indicators were actually flashing some very interesting scenario for Bitcoin. And I also say to you, if this trend wants to continue in upper direction, we have to break out of this red line at any cost. Because in the past Bitcoin price action, when we saw this price movement, you can see relief rally, right? This relief rally, where did it end? Exactly after reaching the red line, right? This red line. After that, we got another pullback type of scenario, because in a downtrend, whenever we see this bearish crossover appearing, right, we have to be careful, because every time when we have seen this in the past Bitcoin price action, this red line has never led price to break out of it. So that's why in a daily time frame, what I want here, along with this Williams Alligator indicator, this candle here to close above this green line, this moving average, right? If it's going to happen, if we are also going to close above this line, then the price here in a daily time frame with this monthly candle close level from 31st of May, we are going to be above it. And that is a very healthy sign, even though right now we are witnessing this weakness. And this weakness is not just only the rejection here from these moving averages, or also from this bottom CPI line, which we talked on my yesterday video, but also in this Elon Musk tweet. He is actually trolling with us, and look at this kind of unnecessary tweet does impact the market negatively, and that is what we are also witnessing right now with Bitcoin price action. So that's why guys, right now, as you can see, the RSI line now is still approaching this 50 level, and that is a very good sign. Even though we are witnessing this price pullback type of scenario, MACD is still a bullish MACD cross, and this T3 CCI is now slowly entering the positive territory. So right now, looking at this price action, the indicators actually are showing the price here could be witnessing some bullish momentum, even though we are witnessing this price pullback type of scenario. And also, if you look at this in a 4-hour time frame using this CPI indicator, now you can see why I say this leading indicator is one of my favorite indicator, because this indicator provides us information beforehand, before the trend actually starts moving. Because I talked about this bottom CPI line price coming around this area when the price was hovering around this 36,000, because on 1st of June we already had this price actually showing us that, hey, around this bottom CPI, this is where we might be getting gravitated, because this was the virgin CPI. Because if you look at this price structure here, I can show you one more time, because you can see it guys, around 1st of June, right? Around 1st of June, let me show you here. You can see when we started a new month, we saw new CPI line for June appearing. And according to this CPI line, this was a virgin CPI, because you can see the price never touched any CPI lines here. So that's why that was actually indicating in the past Bitcoin price action, whenever we have seen this VCPI, price tends to be getting gravitated at least towards the bottom or the top CPI line before choosing the trend duration. And look at this, what happened after that? The price here did saw some sort of a pullback, but at the end we came exactly at the CPI line, right? You can see we came exactly at the CPI line and got a rejection before even this tweet from Elon Musk. But I personally believe without this Elon Musk tweet, guys, the price would have actually broken out of it and also found support and headed towards this central CPI line that was sitting around 41,637. So let's see how this one is going to play out, because the daily candle, as I've already showed you, we want this daily candle to close above this 37,200, 37,300 in this area, because if that's going to happen, then maybe we are going to try one more time to break here in an upper direction, not just only because of this Williams alligator indicator, but also this monthly candle close level from 31st of May is sitting around this 37,300, 37,200 price area. So that's why in a daily time frame we want the price to stay above this 37,000 at any cost. And also here in a smaller time frame, if that's going to happen, then maybe we will be trying to break out of this bottom CPI line one more time, right, before choosing a trend direction. And now I'm also going to show you this scenario here in a bit different way. I mean, if you look at this price structure here in a 4-hour time frame, so now if we look at this price action of Bitcoin here in a 4-hour time frame, you can see, guys, this price movement, what we talked in my yesterday video, I showed you this here could be forming a very nice double bottom type of scenario. But for this double bottom to play out, the price here must break out of this neckline area, right? Sorry, neckline area. So that's why we said if the price here wants to continue in upper direction, because according to the double bottom scenario, the price tag was somewhere around 48,000, right? And we said, hey, if the price here of Bitcoin is going to break out of this neckline area, which was sitting around 39 to 40,000, then we are going to focus more on upward price target that could bring us around 48,000. But you can see the price got a rejection before even testing the neckline area. So what could be playing out next? I'm actually going to show you right now a very, very interesting scenario, because you can see here, if you monitor price structure here, guys, using this symmetrical triangle type of scenario, because if you look at the price movement using the symmetrical triangle, you can see this symmetrical triangle right now does make a lot of sense, because price here getting rejection every time when we approach the upper line area of the symmetrical triangle, right? You can see it, and also the lower line area acted as a very, very strong support line. So now we might be actually forming this very nice symmetrical triangle scenario. So when should you take a trade or place a trade? Most of the time you can see the symmetrical triangle type of scenario playing out whenever we have seen this breakout, right? Sometimes it does goes up, and what happened after that? Price gets a pullback, a fake out scenario, right? And what most of the time also happen, not just only fake out here to the downside, but also here to the upside, because sometimes price does shows this pullback type of scenario, and all of a sudden buyer steps and price starts heading here in an upper direction. So what should you personally do is I wait for price always to confirm, because this line here, which previously acted as resistance, if it is going to hold the price, right, and the price starts moving again here in upper direction, breaking this neckline, then I usually trade only after we see a proper confirmation. But in most of the cases we don't get confirmation as well. So how should you trade this symmetrical triangle is focusing on some key level area. I mean, if you look at this price structure here right now, right here to the upside and also here to the downside, you can see very, very clearly, guys, this line here, right, between this 42 to 43,000, if the price of Bitcoin, right, manages to stay or break out of this, only then we can actually look for long opportunities, because this here is very, very safe, because we have overcome this fake out scenario here to the upside and also fake out scenario here to the downside, right? Because you can see to the downside around this 30,000 to 33,000, we do have a very, very strong support line, right? Also here. So that's why if you are not sure what to do, wait until the price gives you a proper trend duration. So if this is going to be an actual move here in upper duration, you can wait until the price properly closes above this 42 to 43,000, right? And then look for long opportunities. And if it's going to be a bearish scenario, then wait until price breaks out of this crucial support line lying around 32,000. Only then look for short opportunities. So these are some of the scenario thoughts sharing with you in today's episode. I hope you guys liked it. I hope this video was helpful enough. If that's the case, then please hit the like button, and for those individuals watching this for the first time, hit that subscribe button and the bell. So by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye, guys.